Hello everyone, it's I, King Mike X here with another Dragon Ball Legends video, and we are on the cut. Well, it is almost time for the 6th anniversary. Well, it's technically starting in a few hours from now, but I am so looking forward to this. So, without further ado, I'm going to talk about the new characters in this one. So, first of all, the first one we got East Supreme Kai Shin, the first time Shin has made it in here. So he's a support, sparking red support, God Key. That's all it is, which makes you wonder why we didn't get other things. But he boosts top God Key as well as Majin Buu Saga. He's got some. He's got a unique ability. His unique ability is nice, given that. Apart when this character switched to standby or defeated, where you get randomly draw new cards, one new card when you have 3 or fewer, restores health by 10% and ki by 30, plus 20% damage, plus 20% to damage inflicted for 20 timing counts, and gain 1 Dragon Ball, and that activates twice. Now that's to the ally. While the other unique ability is knock enemies back to long range if a cover change is performed against their strike guards attacks. And you can combo into a special move arts. The following effect occurs when changing cover. Restores own health by 10%, plus 50% to special move damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Randomly destroys 2 enemy cards, which is really good. And inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -1 arc card draw speed level for 10 timer counts, and inflicts all enemies with no switching for 3 seconds. And the other one is the following effect occurs upon landing a strike blast, a special arts card hit while randomly draws 1 new card. When you have 3 or fewer cards, applies attribute upgrade, shortens substitution count by 2 to self for 15 timer counts. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 5 timer counts. Plus 20% to damage inflicted by hours for 15 timer counts. And his special arts is when it hits, you manage on 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer, shortens ally substitution count by 3. Also, combo arts, strike blast, special move, and ultimate arts. And blast armor when charging forward. So it's a special art that you can actually combo, which is really good. If I here, let me show you. Well, this is. Yeah, they were showing to count that thing, but here they'll show off his move. Or, yeah, here it is. Yep. So it's a combo special art move. That is, which is very useful. And the 4th thing that he gets whenever he uses a strike arts card, plus 10% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, and seals enemies strike arts for 3 timer counts. While the blast art one does basically the same thing but instead of, it doesn't just seal blast, it also seals special move arts. So that basically means they can't use special skill. It's a special, but that's a special skill. The green card, and applies the following effects itself when the battle starts: 100% to the next quick attack damage inflicted. Now, moving on to Vegeta and Goku. Yeah, the 9 things. Yeah, this is a big thing that they have. 30 Z ability 3 and Z ability 4. So I'm just gonna talk about the Z ability 4. It's mostly the exact same thing. It's just you get third with bigger effects, except for there was one more effect that you get. So regularly you get at Z ability 3 you get 30% to tag Fusion Warrior, tag Saiyan, or episode Majin Buu Saga, base strike attack and blast defense, and plus 15% to episode Majin Buu Saga base strike defense during battle. Now Z ability 4 on the other hand does the same thing, increasing it but up to 38% and 18% respectively. But it also adds in a plus 10% to episode Majin Buu Saga max base health during battle. So that looks pretty good. Now, Saito charges on Synchro Gauge every time the character uses a switch ability. If uses the Super Vegeta with 100% health by tapping the Synchro Gauge when full. Alright. Sorry, I'm watching something as well. And, yeah. Yeah, charges unique gauge and applies buff effects and nullifies enemy reduced Dragon Balls effects to self for 10 timer counts every time own Dragon Balls increased by 1 while this character is not defeated. The following effect is occur when the unique gauge is full. Charges on a single gauge by 50%, shortens our substitution count by 5. Which is actually pretty good. Now the other thing is when this character is the battlefield, when the character enters battlefield via attack switch, randomly draws one new card when you have 3 or fewer. Restores key by 20% restores own key by 20. Charges on switch gauge by 20% plus 80% to damage inflicted for Vegeta. That activates once. And it cannot be cancelled. Plus 70% to on key recovery when you switch it to Goku, and that activates once. And plus 30% to strike and blast art damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade -1 arts card draw speed level for 10 timer counts. Applies the following effects to self when enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. Draw special art cards next, activates once, nullifies unfavorable element factors for 3 timer counts. And by the way, their moves are basically storm moves. Vegeta uses actually Hellzone Grenade of all things, which I always thought was kind of weird. I guess I'm wondering how he was able to learn that. Gonna guess at one point he just hung out with Piccolo and he taught him that or something, or he saw him use it and learned it himself. And Goku uses the Kienzan, or the Destructor Disc. Yes, the reason why I don't say the Japanese name for the Hellzone Grenade is because I don't believe I haven't looked it up, and to be honest, almost everyone calls it Hellzone Grenade. I don't think I really hear anyone outside of Japan actually call it by its Japanese name, unlike the other ones. Hang on, if I had to see Hellzone Grenade, let's see. Makuho. It's Makuhoiden or something. I'm probably doing that horribly, but yes. Anyway, moving along. Yeah, the fifth one is, well, it applies the following effects to self after enemy attack is over. Restores health by 10%. Restores health by another 10%, which is, yeah, so that's doubled. So, yeah, 20%. So you get to, that one activates twice. So you get 20% for the first two times that act happens. And then the third time after that is, it's just regular 10%. Yeah, and it's not for each one. It's shared between Goku and Vegeta. Now, the shortens allies substitutes count when by 5 when enemy activates a ultimate arts or weakened arts or rising rush. And yes, unfortunately, Vegeta and Goku are kind of like the Gammas, where even if they switch, they don't switch off like their whole thing with like. So he'll still be weak to green card. So even if you switch, no matter what, they'll always be weak to green cards. And be strong against red card. Red, it'd be weak to green and strong against red. Now moving along. Now when you track, now generally you start with Goku and you tag switch to Vegeta, or and to Goku vice versa, and restores on health by 10%, which activates twice. Restores out ki by 20. Cancels own attribute downgrades in abnormal conditions. Applies buff effect nullifies enemy special actions that activate when Chuji covered to self for 5 timer counts, which activates twice. Seals enemy special moves, ultimates, and awaken arts. The sealed arts cannot be used for 5 timer counts. Requirement max switch gauge. So yeah, that's a really good thing. Now, Super Vegito applies the following effects to self after fusing. Whenever draws one new card, restores K by 100 30% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, increases Dragon Ball by 1. And the following effect occurs when enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. Increases on arts card draw speed by 1 level for 5 timer counts. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for 3 timer counts. Seals enemies special moves, ultimate, and awaken arts. The sealed arts cannot be used for 5 timer counts. And that activates 5 times. And the following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. When he draws one new card, when you have 3 or fewer cards, restores your own key by 20. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade -1 art card draw speed level for 10 timer counts. And the following effects occur after enemy attack is over. Restores own health by 10%. Activates 3 times. Plus 15% to damage inflicted by allies for 15 timer counts. And applies the following effects to self once the unique gauge is full, or upon fusing it if it is already full. 20 plus 20% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. Reduces impact, explode, slice, and pierce damage received by 10%. So basically reduces damage by 10%. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained. Cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effects to self every time an art card is drawn while this character is on the battlefield. Restores ki by 15. Restores advantage gauge by 10%. And plus 10% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Oh yes, and then there's this thing. Wow, when his unique ability, when own Rising Rush hits, but wager is lost, avoid counterattack and deal supreme damage. So basically it means, yeah, you're guaranteed to get a Rising Rush. Oh boy. And, well, there was a fake out. It's a double banner. And, yeah, this isn't the only one. And, boy, is it broken. This one actually might be. It's hard to say which one. Okay, so what's. So, Brawly Fury is a sparking melee green. Frieza Force, Saiyan, powerful opponent. So yes, this is another Frieza Force. In fact, it also boosts all three of. It boosts. While it doesn't boost Saiyan, it does boost movies, Frieza Force, and powerful opponent. Which is good because those are like three of like the best things in the game. So it's 30% to episode saga from the movies. Tag Freezer Force, attack powerful opponent, base strike attack, and yeah. So it's 30% to base strike attack and blast defense for these things, and push 50% to characters that are both episode saga for the movies, attack powerful opponent, base strike defense. And the upgrade to that is 18. Now, unique abilities. Partial gets 90% to damage inflicted when the battle starts. Reduces damage received by 70%. 30% to critical rate for 60 timer counts. And nullifies abnormal conditions for 60 timer counts. So basically that means that he can't, abnormal conditions, you can't put negative effects on him for 60 timer counts. Which is actually really good. Against certain other units, against a couple of units. Now, applies the following effects to self every time the character uses a Strike or Blast card. Randomly draws one new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Activates once. Activation count resets after character switch. Restores key by 10. 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. 50% to key recovery for 5 timer counts. Applies buff effect. Nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover for 5 timer counts. Activation counts resets after character switch. 3. Applies the following stuff when an enemy performs a cover change while this character is on the battlefield. Draws a special cards next. Restores keep by 30. 40% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Increases arc cards draw speed by 1 level for 15 timer counts. His special arts which applies the following effects to self upon activation. When enemy draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards, restores key by 50, and plus 20% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Now, and I forgot to say what type. Yeah, this is a melee. I forgot to say what type each one of those characters are. So yeah, melee for Vegeta and Goku. While E Supreme Kai Shin is a support. Yeah. Nullifies every time this character uses strike or blast cards, applies buff if it nullifies enemy. Yeah, so applies the following select. And anyway, applies the following effects to self on hit. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for 3 timer counts. 50% to the next arch damage inflicted cannot be stacked. Combo will arch strike, blast, special move, and ultimate arts. Blast armor when charging forward. And yeah, this is his. That's his. So yeah, this is his. That's his move. And lastly, Draws the ultimate arch card Planet Crusher next when using his main ability. And restores own health by 30% and ki by 50%. Restores own Vanity Gauge by 100% and 30% to a critical rate. And it... And yes, here's the Planet Crusher is that giant energy ball we see him throw in the movie at Super Saiyan God Go Super Saiyan okay, I'm gonna say this. Super Saiyan Blue Goku. And now the other broken character. Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, and Vegeta. That's what they use in the games, but I'm just gonna call it Super Saiyan Blue. So sparking, melee, Legends Limited, and it's a yellow unit, and of course he has Saiyan, Sun Family, God Key, Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta Clan, Fusion Warrior, and Fusion. The other one, which was Super Vegeta, was basically the same thing, but take out the God Key, the Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan, and the Fusion, and replace them with, and add an Otherworld Warrior, Super Saiyan for Super Vegito, and Potara. Yeah. Also different things. This one's movies, while the other one was Z. Majin Buu Saga. So, let's take a look. Yeah, so this one is Fusion Warrior Saiyans and Sagas for the big one, which was the plus 30% to base strike, attack, and defense, and plus 15% to tag God Key based boss defense during battle. While the fourth one is 38% to those things, so it increases up by 8, and by 3% for tag God Key base blast defense, and also base blast defense. Sorry, yeah, it's late tonight. And plus 10% to tag God Key max base health. And so God Keys, Fusion Warrior Saiyan, Saga from the movies. Okay. So, charges his own unique gauge every time this character uses a Strike Blaster special move, Arch card, when they are on the battlefield. Applies the fine effect to self once unique gauge is full. Randomly draws one new card when you have 3 field cards, restores key by 30, and charges single gauge by 25%. Now, resets own unique gauge to 0 and applies the following effects to self if this character uses Strike Blaster special move arts when the unique gauge is full. 50% to damage inflicted for 2 timer cards and increases Dragon Ball by 1. So yeah, this could do a lot of damage. 3. Switch between Goku. So you initially start off with Vegeta, I'm guessing, and you switch to Goku. Now it randomly draws one. And yes, this is a yellow unit that also is the same thing as with the Goku and Vegeta from Majin Buu Saga, as well as the Gammas. Does not switch out the thing. Switch the what's your weak, what your character is, what color your character it's weak to, and what it's strong against. So, yeah, randomly draws one new card. When you have 3 or fewer cards, restores own key by 50, restores own Vanity Gauge by 50%, which activates twice. Applies buff effect nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 5 timer counts. That activates twice. Cancels own attribute downgrades. Requirement, though, you have to have a max switch gauge. Charges own switch. Now his special arts charges own Yeah, that's what you need. You need a max switch gauge to do that. Now, his special arts charges own switch gauge by 60%, but his special move arts, upon activation, charges on switch gauge by 100%. That activates only once. Now, the following effects occurs if own following effects occur if own remaining health is 50% or below when hit by an enemy's arch attack while this character is on the battlefield. And it activates once. Nullifies own unfavorable armament factors for damage sustained for 15 timer counts. Shortens ally substitution count by 10. Cancels allies' attributes and downgrades and normal conditions. Reduces enemy ki by 70. Activation count is shared between Goku and Vegeta. The following effects occurred if own health is 50% or below when this character switched to standby. Restores own health by 30% and activates once. And it's shared between both Goku and Vegeta. Charges own Cinco gauge by 50% and activates once. Plus 20% to damage inflicted by allies for 20 timer counts. And reduces enemy's Dragon Ball by 1. And that activates once. Now, unique ability. And this is Super Saiyan Blue, Gogeta Blue. Yeah, that's what we're going to call him. Applies the following effects to Strike Arts command change to a Strike or Blast Arts. Nullifies enemies' special action that activates when changing color. Nullifies enemies' evade or counter actions that activate while receiving an attack. Now, so yeah, that's the one thing that's really freaking busted. These effects will not activate in hyperdimensional core before power battle. Changes on blast cards to strike cards upon landing a strike or blast arts hit and activates once. Activation count resets after the character switch. Yeah, if you want to see what that means, well, let's just show. They're going to show it right now. Let's just say this. This is the Ultra Killer of the new of like the best Ultras. Because, look at this. Hey, look at that. Yep, you can basically, so for Strike Arts, that basically means you essentially just nullified Super Saiyan Ultra Green Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Youth's ability where he counterattacks attack Strike Arts card when his unique gauge is up, and Ultra UI Sign Goku's the yellow one's ability where he could just ignore, where he can back up and avoid a strike attack or a special move arts card. Mind you, it won't work. Like I said, it doesn't work for special moves, but strike is fine as it is. This makes him a very threat. And the reason why I say he's still, of course, the Ultra Killer is because, well, he's a yellow. It's purple, so he's literally going to be strong against Frieza. Anyway. So yeah, this thing just, the Legend Limited that could just basically wreck Ultras, given that he's basically ignores two of the biggest things that makes the two of the best Ultras, being UI Side Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Youth Gohan, so dangerous, and also just being strong against what is considered the best Ultra in the game currently. Well, one of the best. It's generally a toss-up between him and Gohan, and that is Ultra Golden Frieza, who is a purple unit. So yeah, this thing is just a killer, Ultra Killer, and it's just limited. Yeah, busted. Anyway, his next group of abilities. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Restores own ki by 40. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 15 timer counts and activates 3 times. Destroys all of your enemies' blast arts cards. That is busted. Now, nullifies enemies' wide range special arts attacks while this character is in one of the following states. Activates once. Yeah. Uh, wide range special arts attacks. Slide, moving, or standing still, sidestepping to the left or right, receiving the um, receiving the attack excludes. Yeah. Receiving an attack excludes abnormal conditions in special states caused by certain arts, excludes changing covers. So yeah. And his last thing, draw main ability, draw a special move arch card deducts, restores own health by 20%, and key by 50. Charges own unique gauge by 100%, restores own fantasy gauge by 100%, destroys all of your enemies' cards, and requirement 15 time accounts must elapse. So, and the big thing I will talk about here, even though I know he's not going to be, they are giving us some new equipment for two. Well, specifically, each one of these characters has two new equipment. One that they share, which is Fusion Warrior, and one that they have separately, which is one for Pataras and one for Fusion Dance. And well, I will talk about this one. Yep, guys, if you didn't know. Well, yeah. Super Saiyan Boy Full Power gets his Zenkai. The Justice Limited version gets his Zenkai Awakening. Now, mind you, many people probably would have actually. Excuse me. People probably would have preferred, what's his name, to get the yellow Gogeta blue that we already have, the old one to get it, but I'm still fine with this one because once again we literally just got a new yellow Legends Limited Gogeta blue style thing. Mind you, it's a little bit different because of how it is. Which, by the way, people have been asking for this to have like a Switch unit that can transform into a fusion later on. And well, they do have that in this case. Mind you, I don't think they expected it to be like this, where initially they thought it was going to be like, oh, you revive as said units, but nope. Instead, they just give this thing where you get a gauge and you get to transform into it, where you get to transform on your own free will at any time instead of whenever your character dies. Now, mind you, and especially it allows for a better thing because, well, let's just say this. Because most people were thinking when they revived that, the way that they revived that, for at least for Goku Vegeta in the Broly movie, in the Super Broly movie, because we don't talk about the Z Broly movie. Well, Z Broly movies, he has multiple versions, but we don't talk about Z Broly because he is a boring character. Yes, I'm calling him out on that. Z Broly, even though he looks cool and intimidating, and his concept is cool, his backstory is crap. And don't you dare try to defend it. The fact that he's not pissed off at Vegeta, I mean, like, Vegeta's Paragus in the Z movie wanted revenge on King Vegeta and wanted to get it by going after killing Vegeta, his King Vegeta's son, the prince, the one that we know. Even though he really should, I mean, it's a weird thing, but it's like the fact that he didn't get mad at him when King Vegeta stabbed him, which is a lot worse than and tried to kill him, which is and left him for dead basically with his father, which is a lot worse than what Goku did, which was he complained because he just hated him because he cried a lot. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I would have if I was Wally, I wouldn't be pissed at Goku. I would maybe I would be a little bit upset, but I'd be more pissed to try to kill Vegeta, given that his father tried to kill me. Sorry, just ranting over there. But yeah, so this one, I'm just glad that Broly's getting an awakening because Broly is like a unit that I always loved and wanted to see like get more. we get more out of him. And now we got, well, not only do we got a new Broly movie that isn't a free to play, but we also got a, we're also gonna make this Broly relevant again. Uh, I feel like the other reason why they probably didn't do the Z Awake, why they didn't do it for, if I had to guess, why specifically they didn't do it for, oh my god, what's his name again? For Gogeta Blue, the original yellow one. I think the reason why they didn't do it initially is because here's the thing: this Broly actually has a unique equipment already. Yellow, the Legends Limited Yellow Gogeta Blue, the old one that is older than this, does not have one yet either. Which I mean, it could go for either or getting them first, but I think I would have rather him get a unique equipment that just makes him really good first before they do a Zenkai. Or it could work. I don't know. But yeah, this one needed it because it already has a unique equipment that it already has a specific unique equipment, and well, that unique and yeah, this Broly is kind of crap now. But now it's going to be really good. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. But if you ask me who I'm probably going to summon for the most, I'm going to try summoning for both of them because I got a ton of Chrono Crystals. But if I had to choose, it's hard to say. If I had to choose one, I would probably say the Gogeta Blue is probably the better of the two. Not saying that it's really hard to say. The reason why I say Gogeta Blue is probably the better of the two is just because of the fact is of his unique thing with like Strike and Blast Arts, where he could basically it allows him to essentially like both of them have like crazy things that they can do. But the reason why I say that one is very good is because, well, with him, it basically eliminates two. It basically has a way of dealing with two of the biggest, most annoying units to deal with, to fight against, being Super Saiyan 2, Youth Gohan, and Ultra, and UI Sign Goku, the two Ultra units. And like I said, it's also strong against the Ultra UI, Ultra or the Ultra Golden Frieza from the Resurrection F movie. Yeah, I'm wondering. People were actually thinking like it was going to be God Goku, Super Saiyan God Goku from Battle of Gods was going to be the other LF, but I have a funny feeling that they might be waiting for something. That might be in the next one. They could do. I'm waiting to see what else happens. And also we're getting another. We're also getting a new Android 18, which kind of makes me think. That's like the one thing. There was an event. We are getting a new Android 18. Yep, we are getting a new Android 18, and this one's a Sparky Support Yellow. This is like some of the stuff. I'm not going to go into depth about it, but basically, from what I guessed, if I had to basing it on this, I'm probably guessing we're probably going to get an Android to the next one, and then the last one. I know people think that we're going to get Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but maybe not. Because of here's my theory. If I had the theory I have is that all the characters, all the people that we've been getting so far, like every year, the legend, whatever the Legends Fest, generally speaking, is from the year prior 20 or that year. So basically, the one that we have for 2023 or 2024, whatever the Ultra is, generally points to who the Ultra is going to be for the next anniversary. Like, for that, in the case, we first originally got Ultra, the first summon of all, we got Ultra Super Gogeta in the Legends Fest. That was the first one. And then we later got, for the 4th anniversary, Ultra Super Vegito. Then we got Ultra Gogeta Blue for the Legends Fest, and then we got Ultra Vegeta Blue for 5th anniversary, and then for this Legends Fest for 2023, the one that started in 2023, we got Ultra UI Sign Goku. So I'm thinking, like, even though people were probably thinking that it's going to be Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I have a funny feeling it's going to be Ultra a mastered UI, Ultra Mastered UI Goku, that is. And that's what it's going to be. I know it sounds crazy for thinking that, because every single anniversary up to now has been Ultra UI, Ultra UI, what's his name again? Has been an Ultra Fusion, but they've all been Vegetos. They've never been Gogetas. And also, one of the other things is, but that could also debunk it, is that I wouldn't say this year they've kind of gone in a pattern, but also not really. We still had the 3 episode tags, but with 3 special promotion things before this anniversary, but for the one we've gotten multiple ones. But the funny thing is that we didn't get 3 of ultras. We only got 2, and one which were Super Saiyan 2 Youth Gohan and Ultra Purple and the Ultra Golden Frieza. And that was like the weird thing, because I honestly thought that we were going to get Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta back during the GT saga, but we didn't. Instead, we got 2 Legends Limited. And then we had the Saiyan saga, and we got, with the first banner we had didn't have a Legends Limited, and then the second one we got was the Legends Limited Solo. So yeah, what's to say, they've been going kind of weird this year. So anything can happen. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I will see you guys on the next one. But yeah, I'm probably going to be summoning for Ultra, for the Legends Limited Gogeta Blue, the Super Saiyan Blue, the God Key tag teams. For Goku, Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue, and that transfer into Gogeta Blue. But I'm definitely going to try summoning for both, because both are really good. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video, which will be my summon video. Okay, bye.